Hey, I'm Al. Welcome to CiNEMACHiNE. We got RoboCop in the house.
Hey.
Oh my gosh. What a poser. Never seen the movie. Acting like you have, though. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Al bought
getting a
this
lot of
for
mileage
$1.
Getting a lot of mileage out of that dollar, Al.
Yeah. We got
Actually,
Ryan.
it's 25 cents. If you look close enough, I couldn't get the sticker off.
So it says 25 cents, but it was actually $2 at Walk Street.
Goo gone, Brandon. Give it a goo gone. I know you want
Walk
to keep
Street
it. So you want
for having cool stuff. So we got Brandon. How you doing, Brandon?
Dead or alive, you're potting with me.
Oh boy, he knows one line. So Ryan, how you doing?
Did you Google
this week?
that?
Yeah, did you Google that? Because you ain't watched it.
So you think? That's in the new one.
Yeah.
That's in the new one. All right. Well, everybody, we are here. We're alive. We're having a lot of fun. We're going to talk about movies, talk about what we've been watching, talk about what maybe is coming up, what we might watch. And we want all of you to join in on the conversation. Ryan, why don't you tell them how they can get in touch with us, how they can just tell us everything that's on their mind.
Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, notification bell. I like how you're keeping that thing ready when you got to pop it back on.
Yeah. He didn't want to have to. He didn't want to have to awkwardly take off his headphones.
And we are on Instagram at CiNEMACHiNEPod. Give us a follow there, and we launched the Patreon. That's patreon.com/CiNEMACHiNEPod. We appreciate any support that we get from y'all.
Yes, we do. So, fellas, exciting week. We had a CiNEMAChine retreat, so to speak.
We did.
We bonded. We talked about when my firing would come. We talked about a lot of stuff. So everybody, get ready. Big announcement.
They told you about that? Who told you about that? Was it Chris?
It was Chris and Jeff. They're like, it's coming. I was like, all right, I know.
Just don't want it to be too hard on you.
Yeah. So, well, anything exciting happen this week for anybody? No? Good talk? All right.
I got my turntable cabinet done. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah, he's
it's very
out there.
blurry. Looks great, right? When it's blurry.
If you can hear the echoes in Ryan's room, it's because it's a brand new room, and he has no AC in there yet. So we got
no AC, and I've got one piece of furniture. That guy.
A very tight show. Yeah, he built that.
All the essentials.
Yeah, Ryan's very handy, so he built that joker. And did you put any pictures up on social?
I did not. No.
Well,
I can take a picture of it.
I'll tell you what. If anybody's interested, we'll throw some pictures up because it looks really nice. And Ryan's taking orders for $20,000 each. He'll build you one. So it costs $19,000 for the wood. So it's just $1,000 for shipping. He's building them for free, is what I'm saying. So, there we go. Look at Brandon.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
there we go.
He made a little door, 2 little doors for Chris to go in and out of too, which was really nice.
Yeah.
So.
Yikes! One's a portal to Woodstock, and another's a portal to Ralston.
Ralston, Woodstock, Georgia.
Let me know when those portals are active.
That's right.
Not the alternate universe of the concert. Well, folks, lots of things are starting to happen in the movie world. But first, I want to talk about a TV show, if you don't mind. Sure. Fellas, do you remember a few months ago we were all like, oh, no, they're doing a Clarice show. And that just...
Yes,
I remember.
Yeah, that's done.
It's hard to forget when they drop a...
that's done.
TV spot, every other TV spot on CBS.
Yeah, that's over after one season. So
did it get canceled?
Yeah, it's so weird now that we say canceled. Everything has a different context. So it's like, oh, okay, why did it get canceled? So yeah, so that's over. Apparently, we weren't the only ones that were crying foul over that. So
it's just one of those things where.
Don't touch it.
It's like, how do they not know when they greenlight this stuff that it's not gonna last?
They know, man. They get their commercial breaks out of it and they're done. I mean, everything's so disposable now that, I mean, the little bit of production they put into that cost wise, I mean, they probably made oodles off of that show.
Well, they weren't even tying it. Wasn't it like loosely based on Silence of the Lambs? Like they weren't allowed to use certain character names. Like they couldn't use Hannibal Lecter, and they couldn't
something like that. It was kind of like that Jimi Hendrix movie that
I was about to say
Andre 3000 did without the music.
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense, right?
Clarice and Moss.
Yeah. Oh, and then they had the well, and they had like a lot of the same. It was like the scariest member berries ever, is what it was.
Just like trying to rap a cop show and
yeah. So, but yeah, that show is Dunzo. Did anybody ever watch it?
No, that's why it's canceled.
No, bro.
Right. We were too busy watching Snyder Cut.
I don't know if you've heard, but I have the Criterion of Silence of the Lambs, and I wouldn't be associated with this network garbage.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the kind of snob. That's the kind of snobbery we're looking for. Okay, we'll welcome you on Criterion Corner any day. So, well, another series that I think we need to talk about is Mr. Sam Elliott, Lawrence Fishburne, and Mickey Rourke were added to the MacGruber series. Are you guys?
Mickey Rourke looks very concerned.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke.
Is that a real picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. He had so much surgery. He looks like Pixar character now.
Literally, the last time I saw him was in Iron Man. It's shocking to me right now.
That's the last time Mickey Rourke saw Mickey Rourke as well. So
he's one of those celebrities that kind of got out of control with the.
He looks like Lauren Bacall now.
Plastic surgery.
He doesn't look like
Captain Obvious, huh?
He was a handsome fella back in the day too, and like the ladies were.
But it's crazy to look at him back then and now, like two different people.
And he's a really good actor, but it's just
it literally looks
so
like
hard
you could
to watch.
like Lego style lift his hair off of his head.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah. So
it's probably a wig.
Yeah, that's probably sutured. So there's no telling.
I don't know if I knew that this was a thing that was happening. Maybe I did. Maybe I just forgot about it. But I'm kind of excited about this, actually, as far as I love the movie, the MacGruber movie. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts one way or the other. Hey, what's up, Nani?
Hey, TW.
What's up, everyone? Yeah, that movie, it's one of those like surprise. Yeah,
Wax Museum.
That's true.
Madame Tussauds. That's a good one. Thanks, TW. We needed that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
very true.
Well, I mean, Sam Elliott's awesome all the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, this cast is pretty good. Like all these guys. I don't know who else. I don't know if I know obviously Will Forte is returning.
Yeah.
Well, I assume I don't know
if they tried to do this without him, it would really not be smart.
Well, I was just thinking about like the original cast. No Ryan. Is it Philippe or Philippa? I don't know say his last name.
Philippi.
And
it's Philippi. Yeah, go with that.
Got it.
Filippido.
The plural.
Filippido.
Philip Pie didgeridoo.
I told Katie that and she lost her mind laughing. It's hilarious.
Oh.
Well, you guys are just saying it wrong, so stand by it.
Oh, the hits keep on coming, Brandon. You're a
anyway,
t-shirt quote machine. Did you see it?
So,
hey, I thought
you know Al thinks something's funny when you get the lean back when he's laughing.
Oh no, man, no. That was
I'll wait.
good.
I can wait.
I I think I just had an involuntary appendectomy from laughing too hard. That was great.
We need a digger a do t-shirt.
Anyway, please.
Cedric
proceed.
Didgeridoo. Have Pattinson as Cedric,
Yes.
but playing the didgeridoo.
Give him like a straw hat. And
No, just have Pattinson from the Devil All the Time movie as
His belly out.
Cedric.
yeah, there you go.
I said your digger do. Oh, it's totally worth it. I'll pay the surgery. It's hilarious. So. Got a good laugh out of it. Thank you so much. Oh, anyway, y'all got to hear my old man laugh. I got the wheezing and everything. So.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, Brandon, you were saying?
I don't remember.
Good. That worked out.
I think I was just saying I enjoyed the movie. It's one of those like rare SNL spinoff movies that I enjoy.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I knew about it.
Really? You would like it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you would like it.
I think you would
Val
love it.
Kilmer is really great in it.
I'm already in.
And
You had me at Val Kilmer.
yeah. And yeah, and obviously it's just got Felipe's good, Filippo, however you say it. And then Kristen, what is I
Wick?
keep wanting to say Kristen Bell. Which one is she?
Wick?
Wick. Yeah. Yeah, she's in it too. It's great.
Cheetah.
It's Weig, by the way.
Weig.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Wayne's
Well,
World is. Yeah, so
that's another one that Ryan hasn't seen.
yeah,
It's true.
yeah. Hates Eddie Murphy. Never
Brandon's
seen Wayne's World.
like, yeah, let's talk about what Ryan hasn't seen.
Yeah, pretty much. Get everyone off my set.
That Ryan.
My buddy Mo has never seen Tommy Boy, and he quotes it all the time, not knowing he's quoting it. I'm like, that's Tommy Boy. Like he's like, what? How have you never seen it before? So,
Yeah.
Well-
Ryan, you've seen Tommy Boy at least, right?
I have.
Okay.
did you like
Yes.
it?
You can stay.
Great. Thanks, Brandon.
Did you like it? Is the main question here.
Nah.
What? All right, guys, it's been fun. We've
Maybe
had
I
a
won't
good.
like MacGruber. Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're saying now?
Jeez. I just never know with these people. Holy shnikey. Exactly. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. We were competing. Have you guys seen Coneheads?
Yes.
I've seen the case at Blockbuster.
Rip Farley. All the above. You got that
Agreed.
right.
Agree with that.
That was a sad day. I don't really get bummed when. I mean, I'm sad when anybody dies, but I don't really get bummed when.
I don't really get bummed when people die.
You know, like,
but-
oh, you know what I mean? Like melancholy when like a star dies. But I was bummed when Farley passed. That was a hard one to take. And I tell you what, I don't know that Chris Farley would have been doing much nowadays. I don't know if he would have just gone off into the comedy abyss. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's fun to think about what he would have
down
done.
by the river.
Man Down by the River, written by Bob Odenkirk. You got that right. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how Bob Odenkirk and Chris Farley and all those guys were like all best friends, and just to hear them talk about him, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just really sad because he couldn't get his act together. Speaking of that, I've been watching a lot of Stone Temple Pilots videos because they released all their special edition vinyls in the last few years for like the 25th anniversary of all their different. No, you were too young when Farley died to appreciate he was gone. Yeah, he was the only original Shrek. I don't know. I don't know if it would have worked if he was Shrek or not. But I mean, it would have been interesting to see. But
Who is to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it would have been successful. But
His last movie was Almost Heroes.
is that
So it was,
Matthew
Matthew Perry?
yeah,
Is
Matt
it Matthew Perry?
LeBlanc? Matthew Perry. Yeah. Was that the one? Now there were two movies that came out at the same time. Was that the one? I don't think it was. Was that the one that Michael Moore directed?
Michael Moore, the
Yeah,
The
I have to
documentarian?
disagree with you on Velvet Revolver. Velvet Revolver was trash music, but STP was actually good music.
I like Velvet Revolver.
It's trash. It's like white trash music. So I
Well,
was-
we
He's
just
from
lost
Alabama.
one viewer.
no, I'm just saying is I don't like it. So
That's fine.
so
You don't have to be insulting. That's the thing that we're trying to teach
Canadian
Al.
bacon, you're
His
right.
opinions. He
Canadian
doesn't
bacon.
have to belittle others when he
Canadian
gives his
bacon.
opinions. It's a work in
Takes-
progress.
Yeah.
No. What? What?
Al has bad takes too. We know. We've experienced this before.
No. STP was a far superior band. If you
Oh, my
really
boy
listen to
John.
Slash wasn't really a very good guitarist.
He disagrees with you too.
Yeah,
A
Velvet
lot of people
Revolver.
disagree with you on this
Velvet
one.
Revolver was not a good band, and they that's really what got Scott Weiland back on drugs. So everybody tried to get him off. Poor fella, controlled by those demons. Anyway, Brandon, you brought up Val Kilmer.
Mm.
There is a documentary called Val from A24 that's coming out, and it has a chance of bringing up the anniversary of old Batman Forever. I know that's one of Ryan's favorites. So
Heck yeah, man.
Well, I had the anniversary of Batman Forever in the show notes because today or yesterday was the anniversary of it.
oh,
That was the only
Well-
reason I put that in there.
Hashtag
well,
release the Schumacher cut, baby.
you know, I watched a video on that recently, and I'll be honest with you, I did not like those movies, but people really racked him across the coals over that, to where it's like, to where they pretty much ruined his life over it, you know.
Did Al just mute himself?
Yeah. It's a dream.
Or is that like divine intervention?
Alan fired in on the Velvet Revolver thing too.
Flash took out my no, I was gonna say
What? Yeah. Say
Definitely.
something, Al.
hey,
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Think you're back.
I said Duff McKagan took out my microphone. He was the bass player
Gotcha.
of Velvet Revolver and Guns N' Roses.
Sure knows a lot about him.
Because they're Guns N' Roses. It was Guns N' Roses with Stone Temple Pilots lead singer. That's all it was. So
Save
anyway,
it for the vinyl show, guys.
so I watched a video the other day about some of like Schumacher's final thoughts, like not his final words, but like in his last days, he was still apologizing for those movies and wishing people could move on. And I hate that, even though I didn't like those movies, I don't think anybody should take that to their grave with them. That's terrible. You know, like I'm a big Cubs fan. I don't want that Bartman guy going to his grave with I ruined the chances of going to the World Series that year. But yeah, I mean, I dislike stuff. I'm very opinionated, but man, some people just threaten people's lives and stuff. That's a little silly.
Did you Al? Did you watch Entourage?
I watched a little bit of here and there.
He's in an episode of that. He's hysterical. He plays like a hippie
Schumacher?
pothead. No, Val Kilmer.
Oh, Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Val Kilmer is one of those actors. Brandon just left altogether. So, Val Kilmer is one of those actors. He's like one of the best actors of all time. Like, he is such a good actor. If you really look at him and his technique and everything, he's really good. But he had such a terrible reputation in Hollywood that people, TW knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But no, he had such a bad reputation that people just didn't want to deal with him after a while. And now I think he's been humbled, because didn't he have like throat cancer or something like that?
Yep.
And it's well documented. I didn't know exactly what he had, but I knew he was sick. And I think he's been humbled by just life in general. But it's good to see him getting his due.
He's going to be in the Top Gun Maverick movie, and I'm interested to see how they integrate him, considering that he's in bad shape.
Yeah, I wish everything, good for him. I mean,
but yeah, this documentary, I can't remember. I know A24 is doing it. I think Amazon is where it's going to land.
Yeah,
but,
it's going to be on Amazon.
He's basically been cataloging his
Same
career
here,
for like 40 years. Like 16 millimeter film, like other like handhold.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's just been something that he's been doing consistently.
Yeah.
And so they've just got tons of footage. I don't know exactly what the narrative would be, but
I think I honestly think that, and I don't remember everything, but I remember hearing about his, troubles on set and things like that with on the Batman Forever set and things. Just everything went wrong on that set.
he kind of is. I mean, he's the first actor that I remember hearing of when I first started getting into movies as far as being method about things.
Yeah.
Especially like with the Jim Morrison, The Doors movie.
Yeah.
Where everybody had to call him Jim, the whole production, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I don't get it, but whatever works.
Yeah. But I mean, he had a great run.
Imagine.
Like during, like, if you think about like Top Gun, The Doors was big. Tombstone was huge for him. Batman Forever. It's like,
What's
I like
the new
like
Top
real-
Gun movie?
Real genius, and a lot of people like him in Tombstone. It's Wyatt Earp.
yep. He's not
Hey.
Wyatt Earp. He's
Oh, he's not Wyatt Earp.
Holliday.
Yeah, Doc Holliday. Won't you be my little huckleberry? Yeah, I agree that.
I always wanted to do that coin thing that he like flips the coin.
Dude,
between
I
his
used to know
fingers.
somebody that could do that,
Yeah,
and it's mesmerizing to watch. Like, how do you do it?
pretty crazy.
Yeah. So this week, everybody, just to let everybody know, we said if 100 people were to tune in this week, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a great movie. Robert Downey Jr. That's where he got back on the map. So we said if 100 people tuned in this week, then Ryan had to wear tights and post pictures all over the. So we're 95 short. So
And
make
tonight,
sure
no, I'm just kidding.
share the link, fellas and gals. So, yeah. Well, folks, let's hope that Val Kilmer's doing all right. Let's hope he's doing
I'm
fine.
excited to check the doc out.
I mean, I like a good documentary to know, like, hey, what's going on with this this fella. So, anyway, well, in some news that I know that you guys are Tombstone on Disney. Really? Tombstone's on Disney Plus.
I love that movie.
Interesting. Didn't
Is it
expect
rated
that one. I thought it was, but
Maybe.
was it a 20th Century Fox movie or something?
Are you in the U.S. or are you in Canada where they have the Star part of Disney Plus that has the more Fox?
According to Just Watch. Man, we're
Interesting.
so.
But they did that. They have that Star portion of Disney Plus, not in the U.S. yet.
Sure.
But
Well, speaking of Disney Plus, the Book of Boba Fett will fill in the bounty hunter's past, and now we know why Robert Rodriguez directed an episode of The Mandalorian. They were warming everybody up for he's
Testing.
he's directing several episodes of this, so my interest was piqued even more than it was already. I'll see if the U.S. has it. He says so. Thanks, TW.
I'm
you get back to us.
I'm so into the Star Wars shows, and I'm just so not into the Marvel shows. So I'm excited for.
I thought you guys were liking the Marvel shows. Sorry.
Mhm.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I have to admit, it seems like they're doing something right with the. Maybe Star Wars was always meant to be a TV series instead of like a trilogy of movies. and then a TV series.
Yeah. I don't know. They definitely have storylines that lend
Nice.
themselves better to longer form.
Thanks, TW. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My sister and her family just returned from Disney World, where they did all the Star Wars rides and attractions, and my nephew did the new lightsaber, the big to do
Saw those
lightsaber.
pictures, yeah.
Man, it's pretty impressive just how much detail goes into everything, and they're going to be debuting the hotel, like the whole experience. I think in the next few months. Anyway, I think it's like March of next year or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, apparently it's well worth the money. So if you guys haven't gone, I think Brandon, you went right to Disney.
Yep.
And
A few times. Yeah, it's cool. I didn't do the whole lightsaber building thing. That's on down the road. When Luna can appreciate it, we'll do it.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to the Book of Boba Fett. And I will say Robert Rodriguez is one of those filmmakers that I've always enjoyed his reluctancy to give into the system. He refused to be in the Directors Guild for the longest time, so on and so forth. We kind of talked about this a little bit. And it's just I don't know. I'm pretty excited about this. That's where they'll debut the extendable lightsaber. I'm sure that'll cost a pretty penny. TW.
You betcha.
Yeah. Did we mention we have a PayPal? I mean, not a PayPal.
We do have PayPal.
We do have PayPal. Just send it to my email address. Don't tell the guys. We have a Patreon, so we all want lightsabers too. Yeah, it's one of your favorite directors, From Dusk Till Dawn. Still one of my. That's a great movie, and one of the lines that Tarantino says in that movie, which I cannot say here, when he turns to the girl, is still one of those moments that makes me so uncomfortable, yet I laugh incredibly hard. I think out of discomfort. So, but that movie is totally a movie of two parts. That movie takes a hard left turn. You guys have both seen Dusk Till Dawn, right?
I'll just say yes.
Because you'll never hear the end of it otherwise. So that's a no for Brandon. And Ryan?
Just parts of it.
It's been on the TV, and I've been in the room.
When you say TV,
you guys have TVs out there?
Do you mean like TNT or something like that, or like
yeah,
on the TV
or HBO or something?
Yeah. It's a definite acquired taste for that particular movie. But Rodriguez, he's a solid filmmaker. He and Tarantino hand in hand. So if you watch their duo movie, the Grindhouse double feature, that's pretty fun to watch. So
yeah, I'm excited for just to see what because this is pretty much like they announced this as a surprise at the end of Mandalorian season 2, and we're already in production on it and finished, not too long ago. I guess they're in post now, but we talked about this a little bit on CapeCast Monday, but like I'm interested to see what the approach is going to be, because I've heard Timur Morrison. Is it Morrison? Is his last name Morrison? I can't remember his last name. I've heard him in the press saying that it's going to kind of be the bridge between, I guess he said Empire. I don't know if that was, he meant to say Return of the Jedi, but maybe it is Empire. Until where you find him in the Mandalorian. So
I mean, it could be interesting to see when he takes off from Cloud City. I'm sure there's some cool stuff they could do between that and Jedi too.
Yeah. Just depends on because it's one of those things where I don't know. We talked about it on Monday as well, but sometimes things are just better left unknown. But we'll see.
Brandon, don't pronounce no good. Gremlins.
Touche.
Well, let's talk about
Words.
some.
Our viewers are assholes.
Hang on. I said a band was White Trash Band, and you're like, they're just straight up this.
I'm just kidding. I
Man,
am
you're
just
so red, you're
playing.
blending in with your background right now.
I know, right?
Boy. Well, Brandon, let's. Yeah, you are an angel.
Yeah, thank you, Nani.
Let's talk about a movie that we know Brandon. This might be the driving cause for Brandon to actually watch the Indiana Jones series. Yes, that's another series Brandon hasn't watched. Indiana Jones 5 has had some set images. Looks like we're gonna have some digital makeup on old Indy there. Digital de-aging.
Yeah, you can see, not in the middle one, but in the one on the left, you can see he's got like little dot tracking marks on his face.
Yeah.
I think there were some set photos that showed like Nazi, like, I guess paraphernalia or like banners or something in the background. And so seemingly they're going to have, and it was like a stunt guy in this scene with tracking marks on his face. So it seemed like they were possibly doing some sort of flashback sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guy is in his 70s, right?
He is up there, yeah.
So, but he's still, I mean, to be honest with you, man, he still looks great for 70-something years old.
78. He's almost 80.
He's almost 80. He does not look like he's close to 80. You don't want to see me when I'm close to 80. Seriously, it's going to be bad. I'm going to look like that guy. He's only 40-something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Brandon, you really don't know if you're excited or not. You haven't seen the other ones. But Ryan, you excited?
I am. I've got reservations after the last one, but
Yeah,
we'll see how it
that's
goes.
the only one. So everybody, if you don't know, that's the only one Brandon went out. He ran out and saw a Crystal Skull. He was like, "Oh, hey."
It's the best one.
So good. It's the best and the worst for Brandon.
Brandon's gonna watch Temple of Doom and be like, "This is not my Indy."
Where are the aliens?
Where's
Where
Shia?
is Shia LaBeouf? Somebody can put that in the comments. How do you phonetically say Shia
I
LaBeouf?
knew that was coming.
He'll be 80 next year and still doing indie stuff.
It is crazy.
How?
It's impressive.
Exactly. It's. Hey man, eat right, I guess. Marry Callista
Fly
Flockhart.
planes.
And crash them.
No one bets.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means, Brandon? No one. Brandon's like, nobody bets 1.0. What's that mean?
1.00000.
Why so many zeros? I get it. So,
Yes, I know what it means. It's baseball. I don't know why it's 1,000, but I know it's something to do with baseball.
Well, technically it's one because
yeah,
you know what? It's not important.
it's basically a percentage, is what it is. So, never mind.
Well, this will be the first indie movie that's not directed by Spielberg, so that's something. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I have my reservations, but I'll still be in the theater to see it.
Well, you don't like Crystal Skull, and Spielberg did that, so
no. I mean, I have my reservations because at this point, the studio is heavily involved. So I'm just.
So that's going to be great.
Yeah, and they got the feminist droid in there, so that ought to be fun. The girl that played the feminist droid, so that ought to be fun to watch.
I don't like her droid, but I like her.
I don't like the droid at all. All right, guys. I believe you're both Rocky fans, right?
I am. Yep.
Okay.
On and off.
So there's been a poster reveal of Rocky IV Director's Cut that'll be released November 11th of this year.
The cut that nobody asked for.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna be honest with you. The poster doesn't do anything for me.
This is a ridiculous. This whole thing's ridiculous.
It's just like, hey, how can we get more money out of this? Have you been to Sylvester Stallone's website?
I have, yeah. He's got so much merch.
He's got merchandise, and it's all terrible. It's all got. He tried to come up with his own like Michael Jordan logo, and it's just awful.
Hey man, I gotta hand it to him. Like he's got some cool like prop replica stuff in there. Like
Yeah. Well, he had a replica of the Rambo knife in there, but it was nothing like the Rambo knife.
I don't know. Some of the Rocky stuff looked pretty legit.
Yep. I'd buy it.
No. I mean, he had the shorts and the robe and all that stuff in there, but
Like, who wouldn't want a John Rambo like military issue bag? You know?
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't? Oh, this guy. I will say I'm more of a Rambo fan than I am a Rocky fan. Not to say I don't like Rocky. Everybody calm down. I still haven't seen the Creed movies. Of all the Rocky movies, 4 exactly.
I like Rocky 4.
You're right, Nani. We do
It's
know
not-
how that goes.
It's not that it's bad.
I
It's
like
just
all of them. The fifth one is fifth and sixth one are the weak ones for me.
I'm a 1 and 4 guy.
I mean, it's Mr. T for me or nothing. That's all I'm saying. Rocky 1 is a really good movie. It's got a really good story behind how the movie came to, like Sylvester Stallone was this nobody in Hollywood, had this great script. Everybody knows the story. And so, I don't know. That movie is very much so the story, how that movie was made is so much the story of the movie itself. So it's pretty cool.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
I'm not-
one or two is my choice.
I'm not like I'm basically what Ryan was saying about the cut nobody asked for. It's probably true, but at the same time, will I watch it? Yes, I'll watch it. Will I go to the theater and watch it? No, I'm not going to the theater to watch it.
I'll be honest.
But,
I probably won't.
I'll watch it. I'm just curious why he feels the need to do it. So
Money.
I don't know. Why does he feel the need to retire and come back from Rocky and Rambo roles every other year?
what's funny is the
you seen his
Instagram
daughters?
post that he
They
posted
nice stuff.
for the announcement of this poster. He said, "Opening in theaters November 11th, widescreen and 4K." Like, he's like, widescreen is what the kids like. Right?
Ooh. Yeah, they're gonna have the iPhone version where it's vertical. That's what the kids want to see.
Would you watch it then, Brandon?
Yeah, Brandon. You hipster.
Al, this poster is available for sale for $125.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
And this artist also has a RoboCop print.
Yeah, well, he didn't do
I'll
good.
send you the
He
link.
didn't do too good on the poster for Rocky, so I'm not interested.
Just saying. Just saying.
Really, widescreen's a seller. Exactly.
We time hopped back to 2000.
In stadium seating.
With surround sound. Yeah, you can hear the gloves everywhere. Yeah, I want to say, Ryan, this next story is directed directly at you. You remember your favorite movie of the year, Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar?
Well, yeah, Barb.
Urban Star.
You know how you bought it on Blu-ray and digital and everything?
So annoying. Oh, I cannot stand that movie.
Well, it's getting a vinyl release
I
from
know.
Mondo.
From Mondo.
Why? Talk about
my
why.
gosh.
This is one of those things like.
Do you remember Brandon? You saw this. Do you remember the music at all?
I'm the reason you saw it.
Yeah. Do you remember the music at all in this movie?
Well, they had those like musical numbers, and I know that they had that Richard Cheese guy doing a lot of like,
Oh, Richard Cheese.
you know,
is doing it.
irreverent.
Don't you
irreverent.
justify this, all right?
So hang on, Richard Cheese though is I'll say this: Richard Cheese has quite the cult following. So if that's the soundtrack,
Oh,
that might be why.
Now
it's getting-
Al's on board.
No, I'm not on
Oh,
board.
Richard
I'm just
Cheese doing it.
no, I'm not saying that I'm on board. I'm just saying he has the cult following.
I would love Barb and Star.
He did the Richard Cheese did that opening number on Army of the Dead. Ryan, just to give you reference.
Gotcha.
The
All
Viva
right,
Las
now I
Vegas.
gotta buy it.
Has ties to Zack Snyder. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sounds like Ryan's
So-
buying it.
To answer your question, Nani,
It's not
it depends on the person. It just wasn't for. I
Yes.
watched it. Ryan watched it. It was.
I could
I'm
handle
sure
I
people
could
would like
handle
it.
them talking for the first like 15 minutes, and then I was just
Yeah, it
stop.
felt like a. It
was
felt
it
like
a
an hour and
gimmick?
a half SNL skit that
Yeah.
wouldn't end.
Was it funny at all?
So
I
accurate.
don't remember having it. I remember having a few chuckles.
There were like two
but
spots that I got an audible laugh out of.
Guys,
Katie.
it's okay if you dislike something. I mean, good lord. This
It's just our personality. We're not going to take a big dump on something that somebody
It's
else
true.
is fond
It's
of.
oh, you're so much
Mm.
better
So
than
if
everybody.
people like it, they like
You're
it.
so above. You're so
So
high.
this is a trash movie. Trash.
There are
It's
trash
the-
movies.
It's for white trash trailer park people.
Sorry, Brandon. I didn't mean to hurt
Hey,
your
don't
feelings.
apologize to me. Apologize to TW.
I'm not apologizing to anybody. I'm not apologizing to anybody for my opinion. Everybody stop getting your feelings hurt so badly. So, all right. So, let's see. Vortex. I'm guessing you guys care about this a lot. Vortex is the Gaspar Noé movie. Either one of you know about this?
No. All
All right. I'm just going to kind of dart over this and be like, you guys should go watch this trailer. Oh, I'm up here by myself now. This movie looks very interesting. I think everybody should go out, check out the trailer. It's called Vortex
Look how interesting it looks.
by one picture. Yeah.
Whoever's in this movie isn't even interested in this movie.
Oh, I'm not going to dump on anything. They come right back and dump on something.
I just don't understand why this is a news story. The picture, oh my god, it's a guy with a
Gaspar
with a bed sheet
Noé.
over his head.
Gaspar Noé is like a very well-known director. So,
I don't know about that, Al.
see, so hey, I am Canadian. I am the one who must say I'm sorry. You don't need to say you're sorry. Okay? Nobody needs to say they're sorry.
So he is Canadian. That's what I asked earlier.
And he said, yeah,
I asked
Canada.
if
And
it
then he
was on-
said, I'm going to look and see if it's in
Maybe
the
I-
US.
Maybe I missed it.
Yeah.
His
You were
response.
thinking about how can I finally watch RoboCop? And he was talking about it. He said he was going to
No,
look it up.
Tombstone.
Tombstone. Yeah. So sorry I derailed us with Gaspar Noé. Gaspar Noé is a very well-known director, so we'll just move on. I do want to say though,
I don't know anything about him.
What does very well known mean to you, Al?
you talk about him. I mean, he's a very well-known director. I mean, you guys just go watch the trailer. Let me know what you think. How about that? I'll just
There's
leave
not
it
a
at
trailer. It's just a picture.
that. There's a picture, but there's also like little videos starting to pop up. So, yeah, it's an indie. It's indie movie news. I apologize. It's not about underwear, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
I just gotta go check out this very well known director. I feel foolish.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well,
It's very well known.
hang on. Let's see. Let me just pull up Casper.
Casper,
Is
not Casper. No, he's not a ghost.
I'll be honest. I
He's,
saw this and I was. Go ahead.
He's done those breakout hits like Lux Eterna with some weird.
Have you ever
AE.
seen Irreversible?
Max Turner? It's AE,
Irreversible.
and it doesn't mean Max. What does the AE mean when it's beside each other, stuck together? It's whatever that little
Cool.
glyph that Elon Musk. It's part of his kid's name. It like means something. I can't remember. Anyway, it's got that thing in it.
Glad we talked
Climax, love, enter the void, irreversible with the little weird E
Irreversible
on it.
is one of the most like hard to watch movies.
I think the
Monica
qualifier
Bellucci.
is a very well-known director in certain circles.
I didn't say in your circle,
Or
but we can't
lines.
he's very well known. Okay, so he's a very storied director, and he's got some very strange and interesting movies. So I just thought I would say that he does have a new movie coming out.
I was hyped for it, and that's good. I'm glad that you have something coming out there.
This is the thing. I say I'm hyped for something. They're like, why are you hyped for it? You're never hyped for anything. And then when I say I'm not hyped for something, it's like, you're never hyped for anything. You're so negative. It's like, I can't win for losing. So,
I didn't say you weren't hyped for this. I just said I don't think he's well-known.
I'm just saying whenever I am hyped for something, it's like, oh, it's garbage.
I will hold judgment to I guess weigh in on my hype level when I see a trailer, because this image doesn't do much for me.
He's
so
well. Anyway, I'm excited because
let me look at it again. Okay, yeah.
Now you're excited. I can tell. Oh, here we go. So here we go. Irreversible is messed up, and before that, he said, "Oh, the irreversible guy."
He didn't spell it right. You do, TW. I'm sorry, I got to correct you on this. You didn't spell it right. There's supposed to be one of those little tilly things over the E.
Tilly.
You got to put that in there.
TW versus Brandon.
You called him out earlier, TW. Sorry. Oh man, this is going off the rails pretty quickly. So, all right. So I won't share any more indie news. I apologize for trying to broaden our horizons.
Feel free to share your news.
I'll stick it strictly to underwear movies. All right. So we do have. So we want to make sure that Ryan doesn't dehydrate out there. So let's go into what we've been watching this week. Ryan,
you don't want to talk about your other? Yeah, one more thing on the dot. Let's go ahead and talk about it, because
I'm glad to talk about it. I've got a couple of it. So cons and more. You want to talk about Colin Farrell?
Yeah, let's do that. Sorry, pull it up.
All right, Colin Farrell. All right. Anybody in the comments, have you seen The Lobster? Anybody? The Lobster with Rachel Weisz and Colin Farrell. Has anybody seen? Have you guys seen that movie?
I've seen A Lobster.
Huh?
This is one I've wanted to see. I just haven't.
It's such a good movie. All right, this is Todd Solondz. All right,
very well known.
Now this is the same guy. This is the same
Todd Solondz.
This is the same guy that made. I can't say Brandon's title for it. A deer
in the woods.
I just that's the funniest title.
What is the movie called? I've forgotten. I just call it what I call it. Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Sacred Deer. I'm sorry, I laugh every time I think of what you called it. Anyway, he's going to take his twist on Oedipus. So I'm pretty excited about this, because if you haven't seen Lobster, I truly think you should. It's a really good movie. It's one of those movies that's very strange, but at the same time, it has a very simple storyline. They just kind of frame it pretty differently. But I'm pretty excited about this, because Todd Solondz has consistently grabbed my attention, and I've gone to the theater to see his last couple movies. So very excited about this. I can tell that both Ryan and Brandon will be joining me at the theater for this one, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Guys,
I do. Here's the thing. I haven't seen The Lobster. I haven't seen Killing of a Sacred Deer, and it's kind of a running joke at this point. I don't want to see it, because if I see it,
you don't want to kill the mystique of it.
Yeah. But I'm not opposed to watching them at some point. It's just one of those things I just got to be in the mood to watch.
Well, I own them if you ever want to watch them. So, glad to.
In dust covers.
Slide them your way. No, the lobster. I don't know. Colin Farrell in that movie is just so against type because he's usually the really good-looking guy and fast talking. Well, not usually, but a lot of times, he's just, especially in the earlier days of his career. But he's kind of got a paunch belly, and I don't know. I just really enjoy that movie, and then it just takes a complete hard left turn and goes a totally different route and catches you off guard. So it's a weird movie, but I really enjoy it. It kept me interested the whole time. So, all right, thanks for my indie corner of news there for a second.
Sure.
Well, let's talk about some movies that there are trailers for. Did you guys watch the trailer for? You can call it Pig or PIG, however you want to say it. Did you get with Nicolas Cage?
Negative.
I
They
did.
said it earlier, but no.
Yeah, this one
I
actually
seen it. I
comes
saw it.
out in a month from yesterday. So yeah, what'd you
I
think
didn't
of
make
it?
a graphic for it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What'd you
Thought I
think of
did.
it? That's okay, Brandon.
I'm so sorry, please.
I never learned to read. What'd you think of it?
It looks interesting. It's like John Wick meets Chef
The Witch.
meets some sort of very dark horror movie. I haven't seen. I'll be honest. I haven't seen a lot of Nicolas Cage's recent efforts. I know that you've been trying to get us to watch Mandy for a while.
I agree.
And it's not out of a distaste. I just haven't gotten around to it. I know that he has that what is the Willy Wonderland movie that he just put out?
Yeah, that movie is I tried watching some of that one, and it literally has one set piece, and you can tell that they didn't have, it's fine if you don't have a big budget, but they just really kept the camera on one corner of the room. It'd be like trying to do a movie in this entire corner. So and it's supposed to be like a Chuck E. Cheese place. It's supposed to be big. So it's not that great. But when he hits, and Mandy, he hit.
It seems like he came to work for this one by the trailer. Like he's not just phoning it in.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's interesting. It's a very weird, I wouldn't have expected it because it seems like he's living out on his own. He's got this pig. Somebody steals the pig. And then you find out he's this famous chef that moved out to the
yeah, he's
country or
got a
something.
truffle sniffing. His pig sniffs out truffles, hunting truffles or whatever. TW, are you talking about the movie for your consideration? Yeah, that movie's hilarious.
Al says, "Oh wait."
Sorry, the movie's hilarious. I love all the movies that team makes. So, I can't think of one that I didn't like, to be honest with you. Mighty Wind is probably my favorite out of that grouping. So let's actually, I'm going to tell you something, guys. The
referencing
Wayne's World reference. Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the movie. I learned to. I never learned to read. Yes, exactly.
I never learned to read.
Exactly. That's what I was. You got me. That's exactly what I
I
was
just
going
think
for.
of Brandon saying it.
Yeah. First grade Brandon. So the Shrink Next Door. It looks like Apple TV might actually have something of interest here, guys. Apple TV Plus, I should say. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, this is apparently based on a true story, and it's based on a podcast.
Yeah.
That's pretty popular.
I
I didn't know about this until today.
I didn't either. I read about the podcast deal. It sounded pretty interesting. I'm almost nervous to go back and listen to the podcast now. I might watch the show. Is it a show or a movie? Because it sounded like a show.
I thought it was a movie, but
very well
keep
could
talking,
be.
I'll find out.
Okay. So I don't want to spoil it, and I don't know if anybody out here on the chat has watched, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to see that one too. Finally, exactly. After all of our free subscriptions have fallen through, they finally give us something worth watching, and Yeah, that's how they get you. That's how they get you, Nani. Yeah, I don't know. Will Ferrell. When I saw Will Ferrell was in. Did you watch the trailer, Ryan?
No.
It's
Yeah,
a
Ryan was
it's a
too
series.
busy. Okay, yeah, it's a series. I figured it was a series. So, the way they were talking
8
about it,
episodes.
this looks pretty interesting, and Paul Rudd's playing against character a little bit. So, yeah. So
Kind of a bad guy.
yeah,
so to speak.
yeah. It's kind of had those vibes of what's the movie about the wrestlers with Steven with what's his name from The Office? Steve Carell.
The
Yeah.
Wrestlers.
You know where he
Oh,
had the
Yeah.
Let's not
Yeah.
know, man.
Can't think
Let's just not know, man. So
gotta figure it out.
Old Bray.
What's it called, Ryan?
What's it called?
What? I totally tuned you out. I haven't watched this trailer, so
We were talking about a totally different movie.
Oh.
The movie with Steve Carell where he's the coach for the
Foxcatcher.
Foxcatcher. Did you look it up?
No, he.
Oh, TW on the payroll apparently. So yeah,
I begrudgingly gave him credit.
Score
Catchbox.
1 for TW.
Brandon's like, that's 2 words. So
It's not. He's right. Damn it.
so yeah, I don't know. This looks interesting. It had that kind of vibe to it, the Foxcatcher vibe to me. So where you take a comedian and totally plays against character, and you look at him a little differently afterwards. So, everything's coming up, McKay. Yeah, exactly. Well, all right. So Ryan, let's talk about what we watched this week. Ryan, what did you watch this week?
It's a movie I've seen parts of in the past, but I've never watched all the way through. And I was kind of inspired by the vinyl stuff I've been doing. I watched Almost Famous. This movie's so good.
I'm not sure about that. This movie sucks.
No, this is great.
Had you
I
seen
wish
it?
that
You said you had,
I
or
wish that I'd seen parts of it. I'd never watched it all the way through.
Yeah.
okay.
I wish that freaking set that was coming out wasn't $200.
Well, you can buy the record without that set for like.
How much is the record?
I saw it in a
think
store
it's-
recently for like $8.
I think it's 40.
I saw
Well,
the
the
record.
new
The
new
new
one that
version
they're
probably.
putting out.
Yeah,
but
but
I think it's like
Dude, should have bought
3.
that one.
you can still buy it.
No,
Yeah.
if Al found it for $8.
if I see it, I'll go back. I'll do it again.
If you see that, buy it for me.
Yes, sir. I'm the vinyl caddy now. I delivered.
Yes.
I delivered. I was at the record store the other day, and I said, "Hey, does anybody need anything?" And Ryan's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take advantage of this." Bang, 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 bang. 45 later.
He
And then
texted me later when you were showing up. I'll be there at 9:00, record in hand.
It's
Yeah.
it's Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza, Alan. Come on. Come on.
You spelt Tony Danza wrong. Speaking of a movie that you can watch to really get into the mood of vinyl, this is one of my favorite movies of all time, High Fidelity.
This is a good call. I did notice Ray Porter for the first time in this. And Crudup is awesome in this movie.
So
He's a golden god.
High
Yeah.
Fidelity.
I am the god, the golden god.
Oh, good Lord.
Makes me think of It's Always Sunny in Philly. What's up? Sorry. Go ahead,
So-
Al.
Yes, I have this on DVD because the Blu-ray is.
Al thought that we were quoting Zack Snyder's Justice League, but we were quoting Almost Famous. That's why he said, "Oh, good Lord."
Yeah.
No, y'all were talking.
When you
it
said
was
golden.
going in, I thought it was going into a whole conversation about it. So anyway,
Yeah,
High Fidelity.
That's why he had to do the eye roll thing.
This is
He
one of my
thought that's what we were doing.
favorite movies. And if you're really in the wanting to watch a movie to put you in the mood for all your vinyl purchases, you should watch that because it's about a record store championship vinyl. And that's where Jack Black really had his coming out party into the world of Hollywood. So, I mean, it's not his first movie, but It's where everybody kind of took note of him. And I love John Cusack, so that's one of the better movies. The Enemy.
Johnny G knows what's up.
I apologize. Okay. TW, I tell you what, check it out. Let me know what you think.
Come over to Al's house and you can watch it.
Come on.
He's got it on DVD.
Yeah, man.
Got plenty of rooms.
Yeah. We'll
Plenty of towels.
listen to some
Plenty
Stone
of
Temple
everything.
Pilots and watch High Fidelity. Yeah, man. It's a great movie. Have you either of you seen the movie High Fidelity?
I've not. Nope.
I've seen. Yes, I actually watched it when I had the flu and I watched it years ago for the first time.
Must have been a great experience.
I love this movie. It's just
It was. I enjoyed it.
It goes down smooth.
It was good.
The book's really good too. It's the same writer that wrote About a Boy. So
They did a TV show recently of it, didn't they? That got
yeah,
canceled.
it did not do well. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is a great line for a Cosby sweater. Yeah. So yeah. And yeah, it's before everybody really knew like Tenacious D and all that. So nobody really knew that Jack Black could sing, and that's really one of the kickers in the movie. So highly suggest it. Brandon, what have you been watching, my friend?
So I went to Austin a few weeks last weekend, and they had Showtime for free, like in the room that we stayed at. And so I started watching a series about the Comedy Store while I was there, and I was up till like 3 a.m. watching this, and I watched all but like 2 episodes. So then I had to subscribe to Showtime to finish it.
Is this like a documentary on it?
It is.
Yeah,
It's
Comedy
a documentary
Store's got
about
some
the Comedy
good
Store.
stories. Yeah. Did they talk about the ghost or anything like that in there?
No, they didn't talk about that, but they did. It kind of chronicles the whole history, and just all the decades of just the history of that place and all the like just talent that came out, and that was kind of fostered there. Yeah, it was just awesome. If you like comedy, then definitely. Even if you don't like comedy, it's still just I documentaries make me watch things that I don't even care about as far as like yeah. There's a lot of stuff about Mitzi in it.
It's so long right now.
A lot of stuff.
I should had 2 of them tonight. 2 more things tonight.
Yeah, it's really good. And they, it's I mean, everybody's in it. You've got like all the, anybody that's anybody that has been a part of the Comedy Store, except for Carlos Mencia. He was noticeably absent. I wonder why.
Yeah.
But
one of the main comedians on the wall there at one time, I don't know if it's still, is
Alan Moses.
Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was one of the main.
he's in it. Keaton's in it.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
He's in it. They go through his era. He's in it. Jay Leno, like everybody's in it. Lucy Kay. They have
Canada viewers. There you go.
What's that?
For all our Canada
Crave.
viewers, Crave.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's got it's just Jim Carrey. They go like his era there before he like stopped doing comedy. Robin Williams, Freddie Prinze. But yeah, it's really good. Chris Rock.
How many parts is it?
6 or 8. I can't remember.
How long are they?
We appreciate. All right.
They're about an hour or so, but yeah, it's really good. I would definitely recommend it. I've just been in that big comedy vein lately, and we had just went to see stand up for the first time in a few years. So when we were in Austin, so it was just it was like I saw it in the like featured section of Showtime. I was like, oh yeah, because I'd heard Rogan talk about it. What's the guy's name? The guy that actually did it. Al, you may know who he is. He's a big Comedy Store guy, but he's moved into directing and doesn't do stand up anymore.
Is it is it an Asian guy?
No.
'Cause he raised.
Anyway,
Okay.
I would try and find it, but it might take too long. Not Mike Bender. I don't think it's Mike Bender. Actually, yeah, it is Mike Bender. Yeah, well worth your time. So,
Cool.
but yeah, other than that, I've got other things that I've watched, but I'll let Al talk about his
No,
watch of the week.
you can chat. I don't care. Next week, I'm gonna release my full review of Blue Velvet on Criterion. This is a movie that I doubt.
I was just
either
going to
one of you
say,
have
I was
seen.
going to interject. It is. I listened to a podcast with Zack Snyder the other day, and it is one of the movies that changed his life. He said,
Oh my
So,
god! Then I gotta go
you
run
have
out
that-
and see
You
everything.
have that in common with him.
Yeah. So, but no, this is a great movie. I don't know if any of you guys are Lynchian.
I'm not, but I do love his tweets about it being Friday. He keeps putting those out.
I don't know about those, but
It's just something he does.
oh, that's
saying
cool.
The date,
He's
and it's Friday.
he's an odd bird. So, if you ever get a chance, watch him do an interview. It's quite entertaining, and then watch somebody try to do an impression of him. It's quite entertaining. So, yeah, I've been on the Lynch kick for a while. You know, I finished up Twin Peaks, and so I'm gonna review this. I've got quite a few Criterion reviews coming out, getting ready for the Barnes and Noble sale. So just stay tuned. I won't
Stay
bore you
tuned
guys
for that.
with the review here. I know Brandon asked me if he could borrow Blue Velvet, right? So he could, right? You want to see it, right?
Gotta
Sure.
watch that.
Actually, whenever I was looking for the artwork for the graphic, I was gonna put like the French version because there were so many like French posters for this, but I didn't.
Yeah, this movie. Well, Lynch in general, David Lynch in general has his movies are definitely polarizing, to say the least. So it'd be interesting to see what you guys
That's what
thought.
makes a good director,
Sure.
right, Ryan?
Yes.
All right.
Got to start conversation.
Well, we do have
For
some
better or
movies.
for worse.
We do have some movies
I
released.
do. There is one thing that I wanted to touch upon before we move on from this. I mentioned that I got Showtime, and since I have it for at least a month, I decided to try and chip away to some stuff because I've never really had Showtime. So there's been some series on there that I've been wanting to watch. And one of those series is Escape at Dannemora. Do you guys remember this series?
No.
It came out 2018, I think.
Mm-mm.
It's based on a true story, but it's directed by Ben Stiller, and it's Benicio del Toro, Paul Dano, and Patricia Arquette, and it's about these two
List is out of
inmates.
control right now.
Is trying to escape this prison, and it's good. It's really good. I'm enjoying it so far. I remember when the trailers came out, I was like, man, it's on Showtime. I don't have Showtime because I just don't have any reason to have Showtime typically. But this series looks so good. I'm glad that now I have it at least to watch this. Yeah, if you have Showtime or have any interest, watch the trailer. But it's super tense, and it's really cool to see this whole like inner workings of this big prison, and just how just the ins and outs and them kind of working the system. And you got corrupt cops, and you've got them using leverage in different ways that I won't get into, but you just have to, because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, it's good. Check it out.
Well, awesome. I mean, it has a really good cast. I mean, that's what Nani was saying. That is a very good cast.
Yeah.
So
that was the thing when I saw the trailer. I was like, man, these guys are doing a series on Showtime. That's something. So it caught my attention just based on that. And then it's Ben Stiller is a pretty good director, I've never seen him direct something like this before. So it's worth your time for sure.
Well, awesome. Well, we got some movies coming out this week. I think we should talk about. So first off, we have the Hitman's Bodyguard, Luca,
Hitman's
and
wife's bodyguard.
Hitman's wife's bodyguard. I apologize. And Sparks Brothers. That's by old Edgar Wright. It's a documentary about the Sparks Brothers. So, you guys interested
Yep.
in any of these?
Well, I am going to be watching Luca tomorrow for sure. I got a little family movie night going on. It's on Disney Plus, so it's very accessible. But yeah,
Honestly,
my nephews are also all three of my nephews are spending the night. And so
I didn't know anything about this until it came up on the list, to be honest with you. So I don't know anything.
I don't really know why you would, but it's been on my radar because, well, it's Pixar, so I love Pixar stuff. And then I also have a kid, so Luna's typically wants to watch this trailer every night whenever we go to bed. So she doesn't know that it comes out tomorrow, so we're going to surprise her with a little screening. So that'll be fun. It's got a cool concept. It's like a reverse, like a kind of like a it's something that's set in like Italy or somewhere, and they're like, if they get water, they're like mermaid type, like fish people, but if they get out of the water, they're human characters, and so that's why, like,
Yeah.
you have in the poster, they're in the water, and the part of the body that's in the water, and so it's like them trying to adapt into society.
This is like the children's version of Old. It's like
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy it.
It's interesting. It's also interesting for me on the Pixar front because it's super stylized. It's more stylized than stuff that they've done recently. They've kind of been doing like this like hyper realism with a little bit of exaggerated character models, but this is very almost in line with kind of the style of the Peanuts movie, or not quite that stylized, but just different in terms of character design. So I just love animation, so it's interesting to see them do something a little different.
Yeah. Ryan, you interested in any of these?
Not particularly. No, I watched the Hitman's Bodyguard when that came out, and it's probably one of my least favorite Ryan Reynolds movies.
Okay.
So, yeah, and no to the other two.
I'm interested in Sparks Brothers. I like a good, like Brandon was saying earlier, I like a good documentary that can teach me something. And I really love music documentaries. Love them. I love concert films and music documentaries. And I watched some pieces of this. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a big Sparks Brothers fan. Really not that aware of who they are, to be honest with you. But I, since I saw the trailer,
I've seen the trailers for it. They look like they're pretty out there.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably a little more
Pretty eclectic.
avant-garde, and like Talking Heads or something like that, but they're still in the same vein. And apparently they're like a band's band, like bands get together and they all talk about this band. So, and
seems like they're like Joe Rogan talks about what's his face, the guy that he likes so much, Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz, and like he's like the comic.
Yeah.
And kind of that whole thing.
But yeah, I mean, I'm interested in that. I'm not gonna say I'm not interested in I'm really not interested in the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. That's a long mouthful of a title. Luca, if maybe I were with my niece and nephews, maybe, but I don't foresee.
You should watch the trailer. It looks sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say I haven't really liked the last few Pixar movies. I know this is.
Did you
Disney
see Onward?
Pixar.
Is this a Premiere
No, I didn't
Plus
want to.
thing?
What'd you say?
Onward was really good.
Is this one of
It's
the
a Disney? Yeah, it's included.
Yeah.
It's not a premium or premiere or whatever.
Got it.
It's
$65.
full free.
Yeah. So yeah, we got those movies coming out.
They had when I was at the Alamo, they had a little like behind the scenes thing about the Sparks Brothers things, the Sparks Brother documentary.
Okay.
It looks interesting because I don't have any association with that band. I mean, I would still watch it even despite, but it's just not something I'm going to like immediately seek out. But speaking of, did you guys see? I know that I don't think you're a Beatles fan, but did y'all know that Peter Jackson's doing a Beatles documentary that's coming out this
Didn't
fall,
Ron
I
Howard
think?
do one already? Or no,
I
was it
don't know
Ron
about
Howard
that.
or it was? I want to say Ron Howard did a big one a while back. But go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I just saw today that it's going to be on Disney Plus now. I think it's in November that it's coming out. I could be wrong, but they had like 500 plus hours of footage, unseen footage that they made. I watched some of it today. It looks interesting. I'm not like a huge Beatles fan. I respect them. I enjoy some of their music, but I wouldn't say I'm like a diehard fan. But it looked pretty interesting just to see. It's got a lot of like, is that what it's called?
8 days a week is the Ron Howard one on Hulu, so you can watch that. It's about the touring of the Beatles. I knew something had come out. Yeah, I have to admit, I grew up in a household that my mom didn't like the Beatles. Neither did my dad. So I grew up in a household that we listened to the Beach Boys instead of the Beatles. So I just grew up not liking the Beatles because of that reason. So yeah, I don't know.
Get Back is the one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
Name of it.
There we go.
The Peter Jackson one.
Yeah, but I'm not opposed to the Beatles.
Peter Jackson's been doing he did that World War I.
Oh yeah, that one that had all the that was pretty cool. I didn't watch it, but I saw the trailers and some.
I watched about half an hour of it and then never returned to it. Not because it was bad. I just went on to something else. It was cool though how they did that. But yeah, he seems to be focusing on documentaries instead of features.
There we go. 3-part miniseries on Disney Plus, November.
There you go. He's just killing it. He's our fact checker.
The show crow not old. See, TW and I got along after all. So, see, no hurt feelings. We're all good. So I have to say that. Do you guys like music documentaries? I mean, like, do you watch them or like?
It's not something to seek out.
Man, they have a channel called Cello, QELLO, and I'm telling you, I can sit there for like 3 days straight and just watch concert films and music documentaries. It's like I just soak those up. And there's a really good one about Tom Petty out there. It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it is still, but yeah. Let's see. I've liked you from the first stream. Thank you, TW. I love you. I love you and your music docs. There we go. I love everybody. We just don't have the same taste.
I haven't watched a lot of music docs. I remember loving, like when I was in high school, the VH1 Behind the Music stuff. But I remember the one that comes to mind that I really did enjoy, surprisingly, was that Lamb of God documentary. Have y'all seen that?
That was good. Yeah, we watched that, like, not together, but I can't remember who. One of us suggested to the other. I can't remember, but yeah. It was one of those things where we both watched it.
If you don't know the story,
don't learn it.
Just
go watch.
You don't even have to like Lamb of God, because I didn't know any Lamb of God music.
I'm not a fan of their music, and I'm a metalhead. But hang on, I'm gonna find the name of it for you before TW does. And Palace, as the Palace
said the Oasis Supernova. I watched that one too.
I watched that too. You know what? I don't understand how you can hate your brother that much. Now, I get it. I don't have a brother, but yeah, that was about what happened to Randy. Yep, that's exactly. So let's not spoil it anymore. As the Palaces Burn is what it's called. So
yeah,
that's a great documentary.
It was on Prime when I watched it.
It says it's on Pluto now. Let's see if it's on anything else. Talk amongst yourselves. Ryan's
Well, that one's good.
Ryan's
Another
sweating
one
half to death.
that is good is the
I'm having a
Foo
heat
Fighters.
stroke in this garage.
He ran out of drink 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, ice drink is gone.
Brandon's trying to filibuster you, so you just drop off again.
The Sonic Highways documentary from the Foo Fighters, the miniseries, I guess, where they like recorded that album. They went to a different city.
That was pretty good.
And they had a documentary. Good. That was pretty. I enjoyed that one.
I like the one about the. It's on Vudu for free with ads and Pluto, as the palaces burn. That's where the documentary is. So yeah, everybody. I actually think that would be a good one for us. All three of us should watch. Ryan, you should watch that. We should watch it again, Brandon, and talk about it. Because do you know that story, Ryan? At all? Oh man, you should really watch this. I really think.
Don't watch any trailers for it.
Don't watch anything about it. Don't.
I got quite the list of things to watch, guys. I'm going to be honest. This is not on it right now.
You better get on it because you got a baby coming. That's going to stop pretty soon. Yeah. Right? You got to get on that list.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked. Now I will say this: the one about the board, the soundboard that Dave Grohl ended up buying, that was a really good documentary. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh yeah, that was the Tom Petty. They had recorded all those like classic, like Fleetwood Mac, Tom Petty.
Yeah, I mean it was. So it was
Rage,
at a famous Sound City. Yeah, so when I lived out in LA, we were actually, my uncle and I used to go over to his wood shop, and we were building a fence and stuff. We were cutting up the wood, and we came out one day and we saw, the boxes, like the tour boxes for gear. We saw those for Rage and Soundgarden. And there was a studio next door, and we're like, that's interesting. And then next thing you know, Audio Slave comes out. So we were right there, like across the street from. And so I'm surprised that I didn't see them because they were there all the time, for like at least a month and a half. I mean, it seemed. I mean, that was over 20 years ago, so I'm remembering that the way I remember it. But yeah, that was crazy. So, but I'm pretty sure that was at that studio, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, yeah, that's a very famous board, and he has that at his house now. And that's how they're able to record stuff and make a disco vinyl. Yeah. Well, guys and gals,
next month
we're going to let Ryan go change his clothes. And
you're glistening over there, Ryan.
Yeah.
You're darn right I am.
I tried to get you out of here about 45 minutes. So, anyway, everybody, we really do appreciate you tuning in. Let's get those numbers up. Ryan really wants to wear a pair of tights. He's got them already. So
I got nothing hotter than what is going on right now. It can't be possible.
Yeah, Rick Springfield is a good guitarist. You're right. Surprisingly so. So, everybody, thanks so much. I tell you what, everybody watch As the Palaces Burn. If you want us to do a full review of that, we'll gladly do so that we can all chat about it. But it is a very, very good documentary. Everybody should watch, in my opinion. So, Ryan, Brandon, anything you want to add? Brandon, you got any 20-minute closing thoughts that you want to run through?
I got nothing.
All right, good. Well, everybody, Ryan's going to go take a very cold shower. And we will see you. We'll see you all next week.
Ryan needs to tell them where they can find us and do the plugs.
I was just trying to. Yeah.
And Instagram at CiNEMACHiNE Pod.
He doesn't care right now. Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week on CiNEMACHiNE.